Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Carnivore, and I'm a turtle, a snowflake, I'm a Goldilocks. What else no matter what club member, yeah, I'm all of those, and you can be too. No big deal, no sign up for membership, just the fact that you've made it as far as you have in life and to get here. And I follow the carnivore way of eating. I've come from the long line of all the different food plants. That's what happens when you're 69 and a half and you get this far. You get to you get to take credit for everything that you tried that you didn't succeed at until you finally landed here. Maybe you're keto, maybe you're carnivore, carnivish, or maybe you're full bore carnivore like I am. It's the best thing that ever happened. And it's funny because recently somebody got in touch with me and she's addicted to carbs, addicted to sugar, I should say. And she binges on it and she's had great success in losing. And then she has a sugar binge and how hard the sugar is. And one of the things that I've realized since becoming a carnivore is that it kind of takes care of itself. Now, I know that for me, in all the years and all the different ways that I've tried to do this to Sunday to be, a size 0 running in a bikini with no jiggle on the beach, never happened. But I've learned that once you have a little bit of sugar up here, think alcohol, a little bit of alcohol up here, your brain gets that taste and it lights up and it says, I want more, 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 and it will keep at you until you satisfy it. It takes a long, long time to get rid of those cravings that can cause binges or just a little bit of something every day. Think little dish of that stuff at some receptionist's desk where you can just pop one snack size and be off to the races, right? So I don't have nips for alcohol. I'm a recovering alcoholic, and I don't have little single serve snacks that are all, 100% sugar and 100% chemicals, right? I mean, if you think those things are real chocolate, you're crazy. So the only way for me to not have the cravings that lead to the eating that can lead to the binging is to simply not have them. Suffer through the withdrawal and know it's a place I can't go. Now, oftentimes I've talked here about the decision versus the choice. The decision is up here. Now, for me, this screen is in black as I record it. For me, the decision above my fingers is no sugar. Ooh, see the hair go like that? Yeah. Hey, they don't call me Beyonce 2 for nothing. So, when I've made that decision, I'm not having sugar, that means I'm not having sugar. Now, the rest of my life is dealing with the choices that can come when sugar is the issue. Following me here? I've made the decision, no sugar, just like I made the decision, no alcohol and no cigarettes. And I didn't do drugs, so I can't say drugs. But, those two things, they're the no sugar is the non-negotiable, right? I've made that decision. I've also told you that I've made it. So that makes me accountable for my verbal decision. You following me? It's in my head. I'm not having sugar, but I've also told you. So now I'm accountable. So now that means if I'm going to go around and eat sugar, then, I'm going to have to tell on myself. Do I want to tell on myself and lose my credibility? Here at my YouTube channel, I finally hit 5,000 people after like 900 years. Okay, maybe 897. But, so I've made the decision not to have sugar. The rest of my life is nothing but choices. I can adhere to the no sugar, which is my decision, or I can go off the tracks, off the rails. Nobody's pushing me. Nobody's got me lying down on my back, pinned with my arms and my legs and putting, they're not waterboarding me with a sugar solution, right? They're not injecting it in my arm. God help any of us that go to the hospital, right? Because that's the sugar water. Another withdrawal. But anyway, So I've made the decision, no sugar, and now I'm presented with the choices to not have sugar, like I said I wouldn't, or to have a nibble because I don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, or have it because it looks so darn good, or think that I can get away with it and just have part of it, or, squirrel that little single serve in my pocketbook, and when I get into the car and I'm all alone and nobody knows, have it. All the different myriad ways that you can be untrue to yourself, right? It's not just a cheat. It's really upsetting the whole philosophy that you have when you say no sugar. There's my scratchy head. When you say no sugar. So you've got the choice of saying no, no thank you, or to do any of the things that you've done over and over and over again. The sugar is the deadly, addictive, toxic poison that it is. Not just what it does for your head and your waistline, but what it does to your whole body. And then so much is lost, right? You don't want to lose everything by saying yes to that. I have often said here, it's easy to be 100% abstinent, okay, to your program, which probably doesn't include sugar, probably doesn't include grains, right? You made it that far, and that's good. But sugar will always be an enticement. If it wasn't sugar, it wouldn't be, right? I mean, that's the nature of that beast, right? Some of us can see grains and go, yeah, I gave up oatmeal 8 years ago and it's not pulling at me right now. But it's the sugar. The sugar will always be the pull, just like the alcoholic. The alcoholic doesn't have a nip because it was there someplace and it looked enticing and you thought you could get away with it. A smoker doesn't, hopefully a smoker quits smoking and doesn't do the vape thing, which is like, same to me. It's like an alcoholic drinking a near beer. You drink enough near beers, you're going to be in trouble. It's like it's a neighborhood I can't go into anymore. I said no sugar, so that means no sugar substitutes. Now, the difficulty that I'm sure a lot of carnivores can attest to is when you are keto, and there's so many ways to still have sugars, alternative sugars, artificial sweeteners, all those sort of things. You keep the buzz going. If you don't think artificial sweeteners keep your buzz going for sugar, then you're crazy. You'll have to get away from it for a few months and then make the assessment. Because most of us would say, even the artificial sweeteners kept the idea of the sweet. So a lot of us say we're not just addicted to sugar, we're addicted to sweet. And so some of us think we can have even berries in safety. And I know that in my journey of low carb, high fat, and keto, and then keto under 20 total, I went from having berries all the time to then just doing seasonal. And we had a couple of raspberry bushes outside. And I'd have like 3 or 4. That's all that the birds didn't take or the animals didn't take. And so I started to have berries only in season. And then I just gave them up because it's all still part of that keeping the sweet alive. I'm not used to sweet. And some people have said that to them, like having butter or a certain cheese almost tastes sweet after being away from the real deal for a while. And I understand what they're saying. There's sweeter forms of, to me, cheeses and other things. But I gave up the sweetener in my coffee. I was having Zyla and erythritol in my cuppas. Cuppa is a cup of coffee. And I was having that. And I did the cold turkey on that about 3 to 4 months ago. No regrets. No, I didn't lose 15 pounds. No, I haven't cheated since I gave it up, but I'm still happy that I did. I don't feel any more different since I've given it up. My body hasn't given me any different signals, even though they say sometimes Zyla can cause digestive issues. Nothing changed when I gave it up, but I'm glad that I'm glad that I did. No regrets. But if you're still doing keto or Carnivish, you may still have some sweet in your life that you dabble with, that you partake in, that kind of lights up your brain a little bit. It's that part of the brain that addictions live in. Oh, hello, sugar. And so, as long as you're still having some form of sweet, I found it with soda waters. I gave up them for mineral waters, unflavored mineral waters. Even though they have flavored mineral waters, I don't buy them. I don't have any desire for the sweet now, but I had to withdraw from the sweet, so it wasn't an option. So there is a little transition. Withdrawals are not easy. Addiction isn't easy. So withdrawal from addiction, be it to any sweet or just sugar in general, it's not going to be easy. There's going to be headaches. There's going to be, disruption in your sleep pattern. You might be a cranky panky to be around, not too adorable, no sweet self there. And here we are, and it's Monday. It's Monday after Valentine's Day. And so maybe you had a weekend that this really points to you, that you didn't have an addiction, or you thought you didn't have an addiction. You haven't had it for a while. Along came Valentine's Day, and the crap is everywhere, right? Even the good stuff, right? But the fake chocolate is everywhere. How do I know? Because I live in the United States, and it's everywhere. You can almost smell it coming out of those bags in places like Target and Kmart and Walmart. And so for some of us, it's hard to, it's a struggle, right? Hopefully this is the last struggle, but of course Easter is all about candy too. So hopefully this Monday, this isn't a messy Monday for you. This is just a, I made it through. I don't even have to go back and buy half-price bags of the candies. And, you didn't cheat. You didn't consider it a treat. And, you came out clean. And that's a wonderful feeling to come out. It's so much easier to do my food plan with 100% abstinence. 90% abstinence. What's 90%? Oh, does that mean I can have that dessert because it's Valentine's Day and there's a special exemption for me? No. Do I really want to have it? No. Alcohol, cigarettes, and sugar that's my short list of what I can't have in safety, in comfort, in private, in public, ever. And I don't want to, because once again, back to that thing above my hands is the decision. No sugar, no sugar, no sugar. Also, and the sub of that is no sweetener of any kind. A lot of us didn't think we were addicted until we tried to give it up. That was the difficulty with keto. There was so much freedom for me. It was not unlike Weight Watchers with my feeble brain going back and thinking, because you could keto-fy anything, right? You could have any of those keto-friendly sugars and have it, and it would be safe. But in the end, it's not safe for somebody like me that's a sugar addict. I'm a sugar addict. I'm a carb addict. I'm a gooey, sweet addict. And so I can't have any of those things in safety anymore. It's not boohoo for Sarah, because Sarah's having a big slab of meat, and Sarah's happy with her big slab of meat. And sometimes it's even got butter on it. Who knew? It's fun for me. This is how I do it. But I made that grown-up decision. For me, it's not turning back. It's the accountability part. And I need to be accountable to not just myself, but everybody out there. I watch videos of people that took a week off and cheated the whole week, and they come back, and their sub list grows by 1,000. I don't get it. I guess maybe people want that company of somebody that has those things. I don't know. It's not me. I'm the strict one, the structured one. I'm the one that has that discipline. I don't want to go back there. I'm one bite away, and one bite is too many, and 1,000 is never enough. And take it from me, because I was just a pathetic sugar addict, just like I was a pathetic alcoholic, just like I was a pathetic smoker. There's no partial in the way that I fall into my addictions. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope if you're trying to give up some of these artificial sweeteners or alternative sweeteners or just the devil itself, sugar, that you could take a page, you could understand, you could grow up a little bit, suit up a little bit, face the music, and prepare for the withdrawal. Doesn't last forever, but on the other side is a freedom from sugar and sweet that you can finally get to, finally. And it's a wonderful, wonderful feeling. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Carnivore. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye for now.